And Fox Weather hurricane specialist Bryan Norcross. So we got to get out of Bryan's way now, Haley. Bryan, good morning. We're watching things in the Pacific, and I think, all jokes aside, this could be something that Hawaii needs to watch carefully.
Yeah, the signs are coming together that this is a threat to Hawaii. Everybody in the Hawaiian Islands, from the Big Island all the way to Kauai and Lahaui, all of the islands under potential threat from this storm. Now, exactly what the threat would be depends on exactly the track and how strong it is and so forth, but this is a time that everybody in Hawaii needs to pay attention. But let's start in the Atlantic, because we have a different kind of situation here, and it's this system over here that the National Hurricane Center is watching, and it has this big, long potential development area because, boy, is there a lot of uncertainty exactly what's going to happen. We'll get into that. This one here is just going to be a moisture surge through the Windward Islands, the southeastern Caribbean, and boy, do they need it, so that's actually good. This one is of no consequence up here. All right, let's look at the one in the Atlantic, and then we're going to get to the Pacific here. Now, this is a kind of a complicated, messy thing, but the main thing to notice here is you don't have a lot of thunderstorms. The thunderstorms are where you see the oranges and the reds and so forth, and that's because there's a bunch of dry air out there. And I also want you to notice back here, just coming off the coast of Africa, another disturbance, and that's going to come into play here. You'll see in just 1 second. All right, here's the picture like from space, like a photograph right now out there. And what you can see is you don't have a unified thunderstorms around this sort of center. You see some rotation there, but that's because the dry air, this up here is all very dry air, and it's kind of wrapping around into the system. And then here comes this new one off the coast of Africa, and you'll see why that's a player here in just a second. All right, so here's the one that the Hurricane Center is tracking, but look back here. You see this circulation here? See, it's another glob of moisture. Now, yesterday we were thinking that this would kind of wrap up into there. That's not so clear today. They kind of tend to stay separate, so which one ends up being the dominant one, if either of them? Anyway, there's a big batch of moisture here that maybe fights off some of this dust and dry air to the north. That's what we'll see. All right, let's go forward in time now, and here we go. There you see Wednesday, Thursday in the upper left. We'll stop Thursday morning. There's that circulation the Hurricane Center is tracking, and look, here's the other one back over here, another kind of glob of moisture. So they're kind of competing a little bit, and there's lots of dry air and dust up ahead. All right, let's look at that dust on the model. Look, this thing is going to, if it goes this way, it's plowing right into the dust. So this is all unhealthy from the storm standpoint, from the system standpoint, for any kind of significant development. And then we have the upper level winds, and these are super hostile upper level winds. So there is a very difficult road ahead for this system. The question is whether it can develop in this area here before it really gets mauled by all this hostility up ahead. All right, let's look at what the model says, brings it up into the Northeast Caribbean, look, into the teeth of this, through the dry air, so not a very strong system here. This is the European model. Now, we can look at a whole bunch of other models, of course, and they're kind of all over the place. So I don't want you to look at these down here. This is a whole different thing. That's not related. It's this group up in here that's related to this system, and if you notice, the reddish colors, that's the European, the GFS, they all track that one, that X that Hurricane Center was talking about. But if you look at the AI models back here, including the Google one, the blue one, that's the second system, and that's why it's delayed. So exactly which system might develop, they're all plowing into dust. Anyway, the odds favor this being a weakish system, but we'll see. Anyway, whenever a system is not at all developed, of course, lots of possibilities exist. All right, let's get to the Hawaii situation now. There you see the system. It's down here. It's also very disorganized. Remember, forecasts for disorganized systems always have a lot of intrinsic uncertainty. But this one, the models are all kind of going the same way, and unfortunately, that's toward Hawaii. 90% chance of it becoming at least a depression. The models say tropical storm or hurricane. So we'll see exactly what develops, obviously, but there is some kind of consensus coming together. All right, 90% chance of this developing into at least a depression over the next 7 days, 60% in the next 2 days, So it's just sort of slowly coming together there. Estimated only 30-mile-an-hour winds right now, but it's not right now that counts, right? It's the future. Here's the set of models that are not AI models, and they all take it, obviously, in the general direction of the Hawaiian Islands here. And this is a Saturday, late Saturday to Sunday time frame, obviously a little different model by model, but that's generally the idea. If you notice, they kind of mess around here and then get going. They finally get picked up by the flow, but it's the what exactly happens in this messing around period where they start out before the flow that has to do with where they are when they get to the area of Hawaii. The consensus of all this is down here right at the Hawaiian Islands. Now, these are the non-AI models, remember? So we kind of look at them separately with the technology we have right now. But we look at this whole conglomeration. We have this tropical threat product, takes all the models, puts them together and say, where are the highest odds that this thing is going to track? And look at that. It is right in the direction of the big island of Hawaii Island there. And then all the way through the Hawaiian Islands, there's a significant chance over the weekend of having impacts from this storm. Exactly what the storm is, that's the big open question. And here's what Google says. And look at this. Right at the big island, right there. And it affects, impacts all the way through the island chain. How about the European AI model? It's the same thing. And the European, regular, traditional European model, the same idea. Now, there's a width to it because there is uncertainty within the model. But this is really a well-established track, unfortunately, for Hawaii. The message here is that everybody in the Hawaiian Islands, from one end to the other, needs to have a hurricane plan, know what they're going to do, stay in close touch with local instructions, because with the mountains there, it has everything to do with exactly where the track is, which direction the wind comes in on the slopes, what is windward, what is leeward. It changes. It's not the normal windward and leeward side that happens when you have a storm go by. So what's happening here? You have high pressure to the north, and then watch it move. So as it moves kind of toward Hawaii, it gets diverted left and makes an arc because of the movement of the high to the north. So in any case, this is a threat, a significant threat to the Hawaiian Islands. Everybody paying attention now. Again, it's a system that hasn't developed yet, guys. So always with the larger than normal, larger than what we usually experience uncertainty with the system that hasn't developed. So hopefully this forecast will come into better alignment, of a better idea of exactly what part of the Hawaiian Islands might be most affected by this thing, but that's probably going to take at least a couple days.
And Bryan, I don't know if you would be able to help me understand it a little bit more, because with the ensembles that you were showing, notably with the Google AI, it almost makes it seem as if that low-level center, depending on where it forms, takes this abrupt almost shift to the northeast and then off. Is that sort of the model trying to resolve where that low-level center is? I'm talking over the next 6 to 12 hours.
Yeah, I mean, they all do that. If you look at the tropical threat graphic, which adds all these models together, you can see that it has high certainty where it is right now. If you guys can see that graphic, it has high certainty where it is right now. And then it's a lot of uncertainty because it's moving slowly, it's developing, and then there's a high certainty in a couple of days when once it kind of pulls itself together. But obviously, anything that's just developing, can move and whatnot when there isn't a lot of steering, which there isn't right now. That's why the thing is still about 1,100 miles from Hawaii. It hasn't moved very much over the last day or two.
Yeah.
And, Bryan, when you think about maybe some storms of reference for the Hawaiian Islands, the last hurricane specifically to make a landfall in Hawaii was Iniki. Now, not to say that this will be a hurricane, but we've had a few tropical storms. Can you maybe talk about the angle of approach of this particular tropical entity likely going to be Lala, and what that could mean for some of the stronger impacts, specifically for the Big Island?
Yeah, so storms like Iniki and Iwa and the big hurricanes of the past in Hawaii all kind of come from the south because that's where the pool of warm water is. So the expectation is that this would not be an Iniki kind of storm because it has other issues. The water isn't super warm, but it's warm enough to support a hurricane at this angle. It's just below the line where the cold cold water starts, which is just of Hawaii, just north of Hawaii. So we're looking at a weaker storm than those big hurricanes, and they all come from the south, including the one back in 1871 that came up over the north side of the Big Island and slammed into Maui. They all have a southern component to them. This just sort of has a southern component, right? It just is. It's starting fairly far north, so it's not starting over the super warm tropical water, and it's just above 80 degrees as it approaches the Hawaiian Islands. So it doesn't have that extra energy of a system farther south that makes a beeline to the north like Iniki did in 1992.
Yeah, and my last real quick question for you is, over the weekend, I mean, it seemed like the model consensus was this was going south, and then now come Monday, Tuesday, that trend has been either a direct landfall or potentially something a little bit north. How much room for error do you think there is in where the model consensus is now and where potentially it could start to shift? You think it's a little bit more likely that if we do see a shift in the consensus, it's further to the north, or is there still room for things to trend back in maybe a more concerning direction?
Well, I think the bottom line here is that nobody should think of anything except for a wide swath. The idea of where the consensus is really is going to dance around until the storm is well organized, and that's going to take at least a couple of days, probably toward the end of the week, before we really have a well identifiable storm and the model should settle down. So, I mean, the threat has always been to Hawaii here for days. The threat is to Hawaii today. Exactly whether it tracks just north, just south, over one or two or several of the islands, the odds are even across a fairly wide swath there at this point, and it's not really about where the exact consensus line is. The consensus is that there is a threat to Hawaii.
Yeah, and I think that is something that we'll have to watch over the next 24 hours. A lot could change, and a lot will likely change as we focus on this next named system happening in the Pacific. Yet again, no surprise. Fox Weather Hurricane Specialist Bryan Norcross. Bryan, thank you.